painting with cosmic vision and deep cultural roots. Step into the world of Daniel Boyd, where the ancient wisdom of Aboriginal heritage intertwines with cosmic fascination as we journey through the awe-inspiring artwork of this contemporary Australian artist. From the intricate patterns of dot painting to the reinterpretation of colonial historical paintings, we will investigate how Boyd's art challenges perception and transcends time, space, and cultural boundaries. Join us as we delve into the extraordinary artistic techniques and influences of an artist whose work not only captures the imagination of art enthusiasts around the world, but also inspires a deeper understanding of the human experience. Daniel Boyd, artistic style and influences. Boyd's work is a rich amalgamation of influences, with Aboriginal heritage and the cosmos being the most prominent. His distinct style includes a combination of traditional Aboriginal dot paintings, reinterpretations of colonial historical paintings, and cosmic-inspired visuals. Aboriginal heritage. Daniel Boyd was born in Queensland, Australia, and growing up, he was deeply connected to his Indigenous roots. In his work, Boyd namely explores themes of Indigenous history, identity, and memory, often addressing the colonial impact on Aboriginal people. The use of dot painting techniques, often found in Indigenous art, is a recurring motif in Boyd's work. The origins of dot painting in Aboriginal art can be traced back thousands of years to the rich cultural and artistic heritage of Indigenous Australians. Dot painting is believed to have evolved from traditional practices such as sand drawings, body painting, and ceremonial designs on natural surfaces like rocks and bark. This technique involves applying small dots of paint, traditionally made from natural pigments like ochre, to create intricate patterns and designs. These patterns often depict stories, histories, and sacred symbols. In Boyd's painting, he adopts the form and function of traditional dot painting and reinvents it with the use of glue as a transparent medium. In this way, the dots reveal both what is underneath, and with the use of charcoal on top, overlays what is above. For Boyd, therefore, dot painting serves both as a form of artistic expression and as a means of preserving and transmitting the complexity of Indigenous knowledge, culture, and identity across generations. Historical context. Boyd's reinterpretation of colonial historical paintings highlights the often overlooked Indigenous perspective. The colonial history of Australia began in 1788 with the arrival of the British First Fleet, marking the start of European settlement and the subsequent dispossession and marginalization of Aboriginal communities. Colonialization disrupted the traditional way of life for Indigenous Australians, as they were subjected to forced removal from their ancestral lands, loss of resources, and the imposition of European laws and customs. The British colonizers often viewed Aboriginal people as inferior, leading to widespread discrimination, violence, and suppression of their cultural practices. The devastating impact of colonialization on Aboriginal communities has had lasting effects that continue to be felt today. Cosmic fascination. Boyd's fascination with the cosmos is evident in his work, with many pieces featuring astronomical references. His cosmic-inspired visuals often depict a connection between the vast universe and humanity, challenging the viewer's perception of space and time. This fascination stems from his belief that the stars are a common language that transcends cultural and historical differences, uniting people in a shared experience of gazing into the cosmos. In Daniel Boyd's artwork, lenses represent a means of reframing and reinterpreting history. Lenses, both literally and metaphorically, allow us to focus on specific elements of an image or story, bringing clarity and a new understanding to the subject matter. In this image, his lenses are used to blacken out the windows of the museum space, ironically serving the dual purpose of filtering out light and illustrating Boyd's conception of lenses as it relates to his paintings. In the context of Boyd's work, lenses often take the form of his signature dot patterns. Gestalt theory in practice. Gestalt theory is a psychological concept that emerged in the early 20th century, primarily associated with German psychologists Max Wertheimer, Wolfgang Köhler, and Kurt Koffka. The theory posits that the human mind perceives the world in organized patterns, seeking to create a unified whole from individual parts. In other words, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Gestalt theory emphasizes the importance of context, perspective, and the relationship between visual elements in shaping human perception. Boyd's work can be related to Gestalt theory in a few ways. Number one, perception of patterns and wholeness. From up close, Boyd's dot patterns are hypnotic and disorienting, but when viewed from a distance, these dots create the perception of a unified whole, with the individual dots blending to form a coherent image. This aligns with the Gestalt principle that the mind seeks to organize individual elements in a meaningful whole. Number two, figure-ground relationship. Gestalt theory highlights the importance of the figure-ground relationship, which refers to the mind's ability to distinguish an object or a figure from its background. Boyd's work often features contrasting layers of dots and colors that challenges the viewer's figure-ground perception. By overlaying historical colonial paintings with his signature dot patterns, Boyd disrupts the distinction between the original image and the added layering, inviting viewers to engage with the work in a more profound way. And thirdly, closure and continuity. Gestalt principles of closure and continuity refers to the mind's tendency to complete an incomplete shape and perceive continuous lines or patterns where there are none. Boyd's use of dot patterns often create an illusion of continuity and interconnectedness, where the viewer's mind automatically fills in the gaps to form a coherent image. Embracing complexity and the power of Daniel Boyd's art. Daniel Boyd challenges conventional narratives and encourages viewers to engage with the complexities of Australia's colonial past in several ways. Through the reinterpretation of colonial paintings. Boyd often reworks colonial historical paintings, which typically depict events and scenes from the perspective of the colonizers. By overlaying these paintings with his signature dot painting technique, he introduces an indigenous perspective and disrupts the original narrative. This encourages viewers to reconsider the dominant narratives surrounding Australia's colonial past and its impact on Aboriginal communities. By juxtaposing Indigenous and Western art forms, Boyd's unique style combines traditional Aboriginal dot painting with Western artistic influences, creating a visual dialogue between the two cultures. This juxtaposition highlights the often overlooked contributions of Indigenous Australians to the country's cultural landscape and challenges the Eurocentric focus that has dominated art history. By addressing historical injustices. Through his artwork, Boyd brings attention to the suffering, displacement, and marginalization experienced by Indigenous people during the colonization of Australia. By confronting these painful histories and their ongoing impact, he challenges the sanitized or romanticized versions of Australia's past in mainstream historical narratives. while emphasizing the importance of indigenous culture and spirituality. As we've seen, Boyd's artwork incorporates elements of Aboriginal culture such as dot painting and references to Dreamtime as a means of preserving and transmitting Indigenous knowledge. By showcasing the richness and complexity of Aboriginal culture, he counters the stereotypical and simplistic portrayal of Indigenous people. And through encouraging new perspectives. Boyd's art often plays with perception and context, such as using lenses or constellation-like patterns to create a sense of interconnectedness and unity. This approach encourages viewers to look beyond the conventional narratives and consider alternative viewpoints, fostering a deeper understanding of the complex histories. As we immerse ourselves in the captivating world of Daniel Boyd, we are reminded of the enduring strength and resilience of Aboriginal culture and the potential for art to inspire, challenge, and unite us in the quest for understanding and connection. In conclusion, Boyd's art serves as a powerful catalyst for dialogue and reflection on the ongoing impact of colonization on Indigenous communities. Through the exploration of themes such as identity, memory, and the interconnectedness of all things, Boyd's work transcends cultural and historical boundaries, inviting us to contemplate our place in the vast universe and in our shared human experience. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, and check out FromLightToArt.com to learn more.